3 men, 650 pounds, 4 square meters. For them, Bruce Lee is trapped. For Bruce, they just locked themselves in a cage with something they don't understand. Century City, Los Angeles, March 16, 1971, Tuesday evening, 6:47. Bruce Lee walks out of a conference room on the 3rd floor. The meeting lasted 2 hours. Studio executives, contract negotiations, 3 films, good money, everything signed. He carries a leather briefcase with contracts inside. He's wearing a charcoal suit, white shirt, thin black tie. The left cuff rides high. He adjusts it without thinking. The hallway is empty. Dark blue carpet muffles his footsteps. The building is quiet. After 6, only janitors working below. Fluorescent lights hum overhead. He reaches the elevators. Polished brass doors. Presses down. Orange light. While waiting, he adjusts his tie. The left side always sits crooked. He checks his watch. Linda's making dinner. He promised 7:30. Ding. Doors open. Stainless steel interior. Mirrors on 3 walls. Empty. He steps in. Presses L. White light illuminates. Doors begin closing. He shifts the briefcase to his right hand. Left hand hangs loose. The elevator descends smoothly. Floor indicator. 3, 2. Doors open at 2nd floor. 3 men stand waiting. They see Bruce. Recognition flashes across their faces. They step inside. The elevator suddenly feels much smaller. The first man is massive, 6'4", 240 pounds, thick neck, shoulders straining his brown leather jacket, face showing damage, nose broken twice, cauliflower left ear, scarred knuckles. Jake Morrison, 31, former USC linebacker, cut from Rams training camp, works construction now, drinks too much, still angry. The second is built like concrete, 5'11", 210 pounds, no neck, barrel chest, arms thick as legs. Pete Kendrick, 29, warehouse supervisor, powerlifter, benches 400, numbers are everything to him. The third is lean and tall, 6'2", 200 pounds, long arms, sharp features. Ray Silver, 27, nightclub bouncer, 6 months kickboxing, thinks it makes him dangerous. They smell like beer and cigarettes. Been at a bar celebrating Pete's birthday. They recognize Bruce immediately. Kato from the Green Hornet, the kung fu guy from talk shows. They position themselves without speaking. Jake front, Pete left, Ray right, blocking angles. Bruce notices. His expression doesn't change. Jake stares at Bruce, beer eyes. Then clicks. Hey, he says, voice too loud. You're that kung fu guy. Bruce nods. Polite. I teach martial arts. Yes. Jake grins. Not friendly. Looks at Pete and Ray. Boys, we got a celebrity. They laugh. Meant to intimidate. Bruce doesn't react, but his eyes watch, calculate distances. Jake leans closer, invading space. Does that kung fu stuff actually work, or just movie tricks? Bruce's voice is quiet. It works. Jake's grin widens. Yellow teeth. Against who? Little guys. Pete laughs loud. Ray joins. Elevator passes 1st floor. Descending. Jake continues. Louder, more aggressive. I played college football. USC. Linebacker. Real contact. Taps his chest. Sound is solid. 240. All muscle. You're what? $130. Bruce doesn't answer. Jake's expression hardens. I asked you a question, Bruce. First name. Disrespectful. About 135. Bruce says measured. Jake snorts. 135. Adorable. Pete benches triple that. Right? Pete flexes. 400, baby. Ray adds. I train kickboxing. Real fighting. Pronounces it wrong. Jake nods. See, you talk big on TV. Looks great. Fast hands. Breaking boards. Impressive. Pauses. Face closer. But against real size, real strength, guys who actually fought. Shakes head. Doesn't work. Between floors now. Jake's hand shoots out. Arm over Bruce's shoulder. Finger stabs emergency stop. Red button. Hard. Elevator lurches violently. Pete and Ray stumble. Hands out for balance. Bruce's feet don't move. Perfect stability. The alarm should sound. It doesn't. Just silence. Ventilation hum. Jake grins. Alarm's broken 3 weeks. Management's cheap. Haven't fixed it. Grin widens. Nobody's coming. Nobody's hearing anything. Pete moves closer left. Bulk fills space. Ray shifts right. Triangle closes. Jake stays front. Three sides covered. Bruce against back wall. Mirrored wall. Cornered. Jake's right hand shoots forward. Grabs Bruce's collar. Tight grip. Bunches the fabric in his fist. Pulls Bruce slightly forward. His left hand comes up. Index finger extended. Points directly at Bruce's face. Inches from his nose. Threatening. Aggressive. "Listen carefully, little man," Jake says, voice low, dangerous. His beer breath washes over Bruce's face. Warm, stale, Budweiser. "You have nowhere to run. Understand? Nowhere to go. This box is 4 meters across. We're blocking every angle. The door's not opening until I say so. Nobody's coming to help you." His finger stays pointed at Bruce's face, jabbing slightly with each word for emphasis. "You're trapped in here with 3 guys who are bigger, stronger and tougher than you. You're fancy kung fu, useless in a space this small. You can't do those spinning kicks, can't flip around, can't run away like you probably want to." Pete adds from the left, "Man's got a point. You're cornered." Ray nods from right. "Nowhere to go." Jake's grip on Bruce's collar tightens, knuckles white. "So here's what's going to happen. You're going to admit that kung fu is bullshit, that it doesn't work against real fighters. You're going to promise to stop running your mouth on TV, and maybe we just rough you up a little and let you go. Understand?" His finger still pointed at Bruce's face, his hand still gripping the collar. Bruce looks at the finger, then at Jake's hand on his collar, then directly into Jake's bloodshot eyes. His expression is completely calm. No fear, no panic, no anger. "I don't need to run," Bruce says quietly. Jake blinks. "What? I don't need to run," Bruce repeats, voice even quieter but somehow carrying more weight. "You're right. This space is 4 square meters. I have nowhere to go, but you're wrong about what that means." Jake's face shows confusion, then anger. "You think you're tough. You think..." He doesn't finish. Bruce's left hand moves, not fast enough to seem like a blur, just sudden, decisive. His hand comes up, grabs Jake's wrist, the wrist attached to the hand pointing at his face. Specific grip, thumb on the inside, fingers wrapped around, finds the pressure point. Jake's finger immediately goes numb, drops, his hand opens involuntarily. Simultaneously, Bruce's right hand moves to Jake's hand gripping his collar, doesn't try to pull it off, instead presses, finds the nerve cluster in Jake's palm, between thumb and index finger. Precise pressure, Jake's entire hand spasms, his grip on the collar releases, fabric falls free. Jake tries to pull both hands back, reset, regain control, but Bruce doesn't let go of Jake's left wrist, holds it, uses it, steps slightly to his right, pulls Jake's wrist down and across, pulls Jake's own structure against him. Jake's body follows his wrist, off balance, committed, his weight too far forward. Bruce's right hand, now free from dealing with the collar grip, comes up in a short arc, open palm, base of palm, strikes upward, fast, connects with Jake's jaw, point of mandible, impact sharp, precise. Jake's head snaps back, neck hyperextends, body follows. He stumbles backward into Pete. Pete catches him automatically, surprised. That was 2 seconds. Jake shakes his head violently, trying to clear it, his jaw already swelling. Hot, throbbing. He's been hit before, football, bar fights, but this was different. Concentrated, surgical. Jake starts. Voice thick. He pushes off Pete, comes forward, committed now, serious, throws a big right hook, real punch, full power, kind that's knocked out men. Fist arcs toward Bruce's head. Lots of power, shoulder rotation, hip drive, mass moving forward. Bruce doesn't block, doesn't move backward, can't, wall behind, instead moves forward, into the punch, under it. Hook passes over his head, misses, fist hits mirrored wall, mirror cracks, spiderweb, Jake's knuckles split, blood immediate. Bruce is inside Jake's guard, too close for Jake to punch effectively. Perfect Wing Chun distance, hands move rapid succession, controlled, precise. 1. Solar plexus, soft area below sternum, fist sinks 3 inches, Jake's diaphragm spasms, air forced out, whoosh. 2. Left floating rib, 11th rib, not cartilage protected, knuckle finds it exactly, rib cracks, sound quiet, green branch breaking, white hot pain. 3. Inside left bicep, nerve cluster, fingers strike precisely. Jake's entire left arm goes numb, hand opens, no control. 4. Jar again, same spot, already compromised. Second impact drives teeth together. Tastes blood. Jake's knees buckle. Body sways. Eyes lose focus. Pete sees friend going down. Can't process speed. Body reacts. Wrestler instinct. Lunges from left. Reaches for Bruce. Going to grab. Use strength. Arms extend. Hands get contact. Bruce's shoulders. Solid grip. Got him. But Bruce doesn't resist. Uses it. Steps into Pete's body. Right elbow comes up. Short arc. No wind-up. Point of elbow connects with sternum. Impact devastating. Pete's breath explodes out. Grip loosens. Hands fall. Bruce's hands move to Pete's wrists. Pressing. Finding pressure points. Inside both wrists. Median nerve. Pete's hands open. Neural response. Involuntary. Can't stop it. Bruce pivots. Uses Pete's momentum. Pete stumbles. Off balance. Bruce's right foot sweeps Pete's lead leg. Supporting leg. Simple. Timed perfectly. Pete crashes. All 210 pounds. Elevator shakes. Metal floor booms. Pete lands hard. Head bounces. Dazed. Ray sees both friends compromised. Seconds. Panic. Chooses fight. Throws front kick. Teep. Drilled hundreds of times. Good form, but 4 square meters with 3 bodies. Kick is telegraphed. Bruce sees it from hip rotation. Doesn't block. Redirects. Left hand guides Ray's shin 6 inches. Kick misses. Hits air. Ray's off balance. One leg. Arms windmill. Bruce sweeps standing leg. Simple. Ray's support disappears. Falls backward. Back hits steel wall. Hollow thud. Slides down. Sits. Head spinning. 15 seconds total. Jake on knees against mirror. Jaw swelling. Purple-red. Ribs fire. Blood drips from knuckles. Pete on floor. Chest heaving. Gasping. Sternum feels cracked. Ray sitting. Back against wall. Dazed. Bruce Lee stands center. Suit disheveled. Jacket pulled. Tie crooked. Otherwise untouched. Breathing elevated but controlled. He looks at each. Expression neutral. This elevator is 4 square meters, he says. Voice quiet. Professional. You thought that trapped me. You grabbed my collar, pointed in my face, said I had nowhere to run. You were right about one thing. I don't have anywhere to run. Pauses. But Wing Chun was designed for spaces exactly like this. Narrow boats, cramped streets, small rooms. When you grabbed my collar, you gave me your structure, your balance, your control. When you pointed at my face, you extended your arm into my range, made yourself vulnerable. The closer you are, the more effective Wing Chun becomes. Gestures at space. You wanted to use size and numbers in a confined space. Thought I couldn't move, couldn't use techniques. But I don't need big movements. You do. You need room to generate power, room to extend. I need exactly this. Indicates small area. This is optimal for Wing Chun. You grabbed me thinking you had control. But the moment you made contact, I had yours. Jake looks up, eyes clearing, voice hoarse. What are you? Someone who trained for reality. Bruce says simply. Someone who understands that being cornered and being trapped are 2 different things. Reaches over Jake's shoulder. Careful not to touch. Presses emergency stop again. Red light off. Elevator lurches. Starts descending. Nobody speaks. Ding. Doors open. Empty lobby. Marble floors. Bruce picks up briefcase. Steps out. Turns back. Jake on knees. Pete on floor. Ray against wall. Ice those injuries, Bruce says. No mockery. Jake, your rib is cracked. Pete, your sternum might be fractured. Ray, you hit your head. See a doctor. Pauses. And next time, understand something. When you grab someone, you connect yourself to them. When you point in someone's face, you give them a target. When you corner someone in close quarters, you better make sure they don't specialize in close quarters combat. Hand moves toward door close. Before pressing, Jake speaks. Voice barely audible. Wait. Bruce's hand stops. Jake looks up. Face a mess. Swelling. Blood. Humiliation. But also recognition. Can you teach me that? Voice cracks. What you just did. Can I learn? Bruce looks at him, considering. Are you willing to start as a beginner? Admit you don't know. Empty your cup. Jake nods. Winces. Yes. Bruce pulls business card from jacket. Jun Fan Gung Fu Institute. Chinatown address. Extends it. Jake takes it with right hand. Left arm still numb. Come when you're healed. We'll see if you're serious. Doors close. Elevator ascends, taking 3 men back up. Years later, Jake Morrison becomes a student. stays 5 years, learns that 15 seconds was a lifetime of training, compressed into instinct, never forgets the lesson, never forgets that being grabbed doesn't mean being controlled, never forgets that close quarters favor whoever trained for close quarters. That night, 3 men learned Bruce Lee didn't need room to run, because in 4 square meters, when they grabbed his collar and pointed in his face, they gave him everything he needed to win.